Science gave us medicine, technology, and progress. But what if the darkest chapters of human knowledge remain hidden behind locked laboratory doors? Places where morality was replaced by pure madness. Today, we uncover a chilling truth. Here are the 10 most bizarre experiments in history that went too far. Brace yourself. The year is 1962. In Oklahoma, psychiatrist Louis Jolyon West launches a bizarre experiment. He wants to know if LSD can trigger a state of aggressive madness in elephants, known as must. The subject? A 14-year-old elephant named Tusko. However, researchers fatally miscalculate the dosage. They inject Tusko with a massive 297 milligrams of pure LSD. This is an incredible, roughly 3,000-fold dose compared to a standard human amount. The result is immediate and completely devastating. After just 5 minutes, Tusko collapses to the ground, his massive body seized by painful seizures, and dies after an hour and a half of terrible agony. This tragic incident instantly became one of history's worst scientific blunders. In the 1920s, Soviet biologist Ilya Ivanov shocked the world. Backed by the government, he decided to cross the absolute boundaries of nature. His goal? To create a human-chimpanzee hybrid, later notoriously known as a human Z. Ivanov first traveled to Africa, where he unsuccessfully attempted to inseminate female chimpanzees with human sperm. After failing, he returned to the Soviet Union, determined to try the reverse, even more controversial experiment. He even found several female volunteers willing to be inseminated with chimpanzee sperm. Fortunately, this twisted project permanently collapsed when Ivanov fell out of political favor and was exiled to Siberia. Was this pure science or totalitarian madness? In the 1960s, during the height of the Cold War, the American CIA launched one of the most bizarre espionage projects in history, Project Acoustic Kitty. The goal was insane: to turn an ordinary domestic cat into a walking bugging device. Surgeons implanted a microphone into the animal's ear canal, a small radio transmitter under its skin, and concealed an antenna in its tail. Development cost millions of dollars. However, when the day of the first field test in a park arrived, agents released the cat to eavesdrop on 2 men on a bench. Instead, the cat immediately wandered across the street, where it was run over by a taxi within seconds. Millions of dollars and years of research ended in instant disaster. Cats simply don't take orders. In 1971, psychologist Philip Zimbardo transformed the Stanford University basement into a mock prison. This social experiment was supposed to last 2 weeks. The goal was simple: to observe how healthy, intelligent students adapted to the roles of guards and prisoners. However, the result shocked the entire world. Within just a few days, ordinary young men playing guards became cruel sadists, psychologically torturing and humiliating the prisoners. Conversely, the students acting as prisoners suffered severe emotional breakdowns and complete apathy. The entire experiment spiraled out of control so extremely that it had to be shut down after just 6 days. It revealed a terrifying truth: a monster lurks inside every single one of us. In the 1930s, Soviet scientist Sergei Brukhanenko shocked the scientific community and the public with a series of macabre experiments. He developed the autojector, one of the world's first functional cardiopulmonary bypass machines. To demonstrate its capabilities, he severed the head of a live dog from its body and connected it to this machine. The artificial heart and lungs pumped blood, keeping the canine head alive. The isolated head reacted to external stimuli, blinking, twitching its ears, and even licking a chemical from its snout when scientists stimulated its senses. This terrifying triumph of early medicine laid the foundations for modern transplantation and open-heart surgery, yet it remains one of Soviet science's most chilling images. In 1939, speech pathologist Wendell Johnson conducted one of the cruelest psychological studies in history at the University of Iowa, known as the Monster Study. He selected 22 orphan children and divided them into two groups. While half received positive reinforcement, the other group of normally speaking orphans was subjected to brutal psychological pressure. Researchers constantly told them that their speech was flawed, that they stuttered, and that they should remain silent. The result was devastating. Although these children previously had no speech impediments, under the relentless criticism, they developed severe anxiety, refused to speak, and suffered lifelong psychological trauma. Kept secret to protect reputations, this study was only revealed decades later. During World War II, the Imperial Japanese Army operated a secret complex in occupied China known as Unit 731. Under the guise of epidemic prevention research, scientists conducted the cruelest biological and chemical human experiments. Victims, referred to as logs, were deliberately infected with plague, cholera, or anthrax. Researchers performed brutal vivisections without anesthesia, tested flamethrowers on prisoners, exposed them to freezing temperatures to study frostbite, and examined the effects of live amputations. Thousands of innocent men, women, and children did not survive this hell. Most shockingly, after the war, the lead Japanese scientists received immunity from the US in exchange for their horrific research data, completely evading justice. In the 1950s, Soviet surgeon Vladimir Demikov shocked the world with a series of experiments that still evoke awe and chills. Demikov was a brilliant transplantation pioneer who was the first to successfully implant a second heart into a dog. However, the world remembers him for creating two-headed dogs. Demikov surgically grafted the head, neck, and forelegs of a puppy onto the body of an adult German Shepherd, connecting their vascular systems. Both heads lived simultaneously, drinking water, barking, and reacting to surroundings. Although these creatures survived only days or weeks due to tissue rejection, Demikov's shocking experiments proved organ transplants were technically possible, paving the way for modern cardiac surgery and saving human lives. During the Cold War, the US CIA launched one of the most terrifying secret programs in history, Project MK-Ultra. From 1953 to 1973, it conducted vast, often illegal human experiments on thousands of unsuspecting citizens. The goal was to achieve total mind control, developing a perfect truth serum and brainwashing techniques. Victims, including prisoners, mental patients, and students, were subjected to brutal psychological torture, extreme sleep deprivation, prolonged sensory isolation, and forced administration of high doses of LSD or other toxins. Many suffered permanent psychological damage or died. When exposed in 1973, the CIA director ordered most records destroyed, ensuring the full extent of this government abuse and dark experimentation remains forever shrouded in mystery. In 1959, social psychologist Milton Rokeach initiated a fascinating, yet ethically controversial experiment at a psychiatric hospital in Ypsilanti, Michigan. He placed 3 psychiatric patients into one room, each suffering from the delusion that he was Jesus Christ. Rokeach believed that confronting others with the exact same delusion would force the men to face reality and regain sanity. However, the outcome was entirely different. Instead of being cured, the patients began arguing fiercely, shouting and claiming that the others were either imposters or automated robots. Ultimately, each man developed a bizarre psychological defense mechanism to preserve his divine identity. This famous study demonstrated just how deeply delusions can root within the human mind.
10 terrifying experiments that changed the face of science forever. They showed us how deep humanity can sink when swapping empathy for cold ambition. Which of these stories shocked you the most? Tell us in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you next time for more mysteries of human history. Thanks for watching.